Now, let's get into your heritage and your background, your Soviet
Yeah,
Jewish
yeah,
background.
sure,
Okay.
sure.
Now, raising a family, adoptive family in a mixed marriage in your Jewish
Hmm.
faith and culture, how do you navigate teaching your heritage and spirituality to them along? Because, basically, I want to call you and your family the United Nations because you
Pretty
have,
much.
you have everything in a circle. You truly are the American dream, in that instance of having all this culture. So, how do you teach your culture to them and your spirituality?
But I should say this because today what you call the American dream might be the American nightmare to some other people.
Right, right.
But yes, we are. Like, I am Russian Jewish, and by Russian I mean my family actually did come from Russia. We came here as refugees from the USSR, from the Soviet Union. And you can pick up on some of my accent because I was not born in the United States, came here as a refugee. My partner is African American, grew up in a rural area of California, grew up on a farm. So it's, and so we got that heritage. And then our kids are part Hispanic, part white, and one of them is part mixed race. So we do have a variety of cultures. And I would say where I begin with is first of all, appreciate and be proud of your own culture. Do not try to trade, I mean, I'm beginning to narrow it down to, I have a millennia of history and heritage on in my Jewish culture, and Jonathan has such a rich and vibrant, African American culture from the South, going back to that, and so, think about what you can bring from that into the family. And I'll be honest, ever since we met, we had this sort of an agreement that basically whatever you bring in, I will welcome that. We've never had a a religious war in the family or anything. So if he wants to put up a Christmas tree, it's perfectly fine. If we do Shabbat dinners every Friday. Our kids, have their bar mitzvahs. So it's, bring it in. I mean, I will respect that. I will respect that. So, and I also think that when it comes to adoptive kids, and you're like, well, they're Hispanic. We try to expose them as much as we could to the Hispanic culture. Being here in LA, I do speak Spanish too. We did, there were in the summer camps in the Museum of Latin American Art. We've done, believe me, we've done a lot. What I noticed at the end of the day, I seem to be more excited about it than our kids were when they were growing up. Oh, like, oh, there he is dragging us to it.